Yo, what's going on, people? It's your man, the White B. Once again, big shout out to my dog, Daniel Morey 501 for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, we got some updates from Dillian Whyte, but before we get to the Ozempic updates, we're gonna go through this thing here that got me a little piece inflated, a little piece Semalong, some people might say. So we got Dev Sani and Dillian Whyte on the Zoom. Let's get to it. Bosh.
But has Moses Itauma caught you slipping?
No, we have to wait and see. So,
It's-
not wrong, a little bit of slip and slide. As long as the conditions wet enough, you're good.
well, listen, you say the conditions being wet enough. He hasn't been in water this deep, has he?
Listen, that's the first bit there. In fact, let me replay it one more time. Rewind selector.
He's slipping.
Exactly.
But has Moses Itauma caught you slipping?
No, we have to wait and see. So,
It's-
not wrong, a little bit of slip and slide. As long as the conditions wet enough, you're good.
well, listen, you say
Dillian Whyte saying there, yeah. Moses Tama, he wet and sweet with it, man. Yeah, he pink with it. He like the pink. He too wet and green behind his ears. That's what Dillian's saying. That's the first bit I like. Now it goes on.
the conditions being wet enough. He hasn't been in water this deep, has he? He's never been beyond 6 rounds. So, is it a good time for you? Do you think everyone's saying it's a good time for him to fight you? Is it a good time for you to fight him?
I don't know. I'm not an expert. My opinion doesn't matter. You guys are the expert. You guys are the one that says this and put this narrative out there. So I don't know. Let you guys decide. I'm a nobody. He's been compared to Mike Tyson and all these special guys. I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. So
You're a big underdog. Like, so I know what you're saying. Like, I don't think I've ever seen you be this big an underdog in a fight. And you fought AJ, you fought Fury, you fought the best of the best. You are like 1-14, like something crazy like that. Like, what do you think when you see that?
I just think to myself, you know what? Fuck these people and fuck them. Guess what? As an underdog, you got access to two vital things: the fucking testicles and the innards. And that's what makes it dangerous. As an underdog, you're underneath, you get up at them testicles and lock onto them, and it's game over. So yeah, I like being an underdog.
I know you do. And
So you heard there as well. So Dillian, man, listen. He coming in there with the right mindset. I got another clip, not here, but I've heard another clip. And Dillian explains that, I mean, we've heard all the same kind of thing before, but he said allegedly he don't know how much he's getting paid, and he just said yes, he was gagging for it. Now, I'm not sure how true that is. I can't imagine Dillian don't know how much he's getting paid. But, end of the day, he took this fight. So you have to believe either he took it to jump on the floor, but he could have fought Joe Joyce for us. You know what I mean? He could have took a fight which was more winnable, and the money might have been a bit less, but you know what I mean? Taking two winnable fights, or one fight that is deemed you getting smoked against a prospect. A loss to Joe Joyce, you could do a rematch and even a trilogy. You can't tell me a trilogy with Joe Joyce ain't going to generate a similar amount as a Itauma fight. And yet the risk, Joe Joyce is slow, he's the same age as you, he's older, he's as worn, if not more worn, etc, etc. Dillian could have been done that. Yeah. In fact, he pulled out of the Joe Joyce fight, and there's loads of options. He could have hang around for Chisora, assuming Chisora gets some sort of top level fight and most likely probably loses it. Certainly if he's to fight someone like, I don't know, pick a name, Hergovich, for example. Dillian could be hanging around for Chisora, hanging around for AJ, or definitely fighting Joe Joyce. He's chosen out of his own pocket to get in there with Itauma. He sees something in Itauma. Hopefully not the same things that Mikey Garcia saw in Errol Spence. I see something. Oh, he winnie. I swear down. That's what Mikey Garcia and Robert Garcia were saying about Errol Spence, man. I see something. He got punched up. Like you wouldn't believe, man. Like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, listen, you can that shows us that precedent. The Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence precedent shows us that you can see what you want. But I'm not sure it's about Dillian Whyte seeing something though. Yes, he's a dog. He'll fight anyone at this point. I think it shows. And it's interesting how he didn't want to fight. Well, allegedly he didn't want to fight Okoli. Maybe the money wasn't there. But Okoli's a horrible style. At least with Itauma, so far at least, he's not a clinger honor. He will throw his hands. Okole's horrible. He's horrible to watch and or to fight, most likely. Although Dillian Smith just stuck it on him. Either way, the money wasn't there for it. No one was. No one's paying over the odds to fight Okole. No one knew. For what? No one's interested. Itauma's carrying a good premium right now because he's proclaimed to be the prince, the prophet of the lightskins, come to redeem us of our sins. That's what Turkey's buying into. Yeah? Dillian Whyte down. He just told you. He wet with it, man. Yeah? He too wet. He too green. He too sweet. And I got a big set of balls. And we've seen this time and time again, particularly recently in the last few years. Up and coming fighters with a lot of hype. They get in there with an old dog. And it goes a bit left, at the very least. It goes a bit left. But listen, maybe Itauma hops in there, hop. And Dillian's splattered. I'm not going to be shocked. But I'll also not be shocked if Dillian's in there and it's a proper night's work. Anyway, so we're now going to get to one piece of concern to some extent-ish I may have. Dillian Whyte posted this video from his coach. And I'll play it now.
Be 1,000% honest with you. I've never seen Moses fight, so I really don't know what he's ready for. He's got to bring it all. I mean, you know, I says, Dill, listen, let's just be realistic here. What could...
Come on, man.
One 1,000% honest with you. I've never seen Moses fight, so I really don't know what he's ready for.
This is crazy.
He's got to bring it all. I mean, you know, I says, Dill,
How do you rewind a short, man? Proper.
listen, let's just be...
Anyway, the
realistic.
point, I could just speak it to you. You might have heard the read between the lines there, or heard between the stopping and starting. But essentially, Dillian Whyte's trainer comes out and says, "I've never even seen him before." I mean, people in the comments have said it could just be bravado. You'd like to think it's bravado, but a lot of these old-time trainer types, they got that type of swag to them. Well, I've never watched him. Roger and Floyd Senior, Mayweather, they were both like that as well. Even Floyd Junior himself would say, "I've never seen him fight before." I think a lot of it's cap, to be fair. You'd have a look, wouldn't you? Almost by osmosis, even if you didn't purposely look, you'd have seen him do something, right? I need to play it again. I need to quickly get it because it's too funny the way he drops it. All right, it should play this time.
Be 1,000% honest with you. I've never seen Moses fight, so I really don't know what he's ready for. He's got to bring it all. I mean, you know, I says, Dill, listen, let's just be realistic here. What could this kid do that you haven't already seen? But can that kid ask the same question? Can Dylan do something that this kid hasn't seen yet? Be 1,000% honest with you. I've never seen Moses fight, so I really...
To be 1,000% honest with you. So all I'm saying is, on the worrying side of things, I'm not someone who believes that you need to... I think the logic is, you train, you should have some idea though, right? You obviously want to be fit, you obviously want to do what you do well, but you want to have... I want to know if I'm fighting a pressure fighter or not, or a faffer, like Wallin, a power bottom, or someone with quick feet. You know, I'd want to know, but I guess he must know that. But again, you must have watched them to know that. If I've never seen him, 100% honest with you, no doubt about it, you wouldn't have a clue. A coach, your job isn't really to be blasé. Now, this could just be marketing, to be fair. It could just be, it sounds good, doesn't it? It sounds fun. Hey, who? I've never seen Moses Itauma, yeah? Moses Itauma, I've never seen him before. It sounds good. Hopefully he not... If I'm training someone, though, I'm going to want them in a rhythm for that type of fighter. That's, I guess, what you get from the sparring, though. But still, the trainer should have the overview. I don't know. It's done now. The training's done. Dillian's an experienced dog, and I do think most fighters, they adapt on the flip. If someone's got quick feet, there's not a million different things you're going to be able to do anyway, right? Outside of... Look at Dubois, for example. Dubois, no doubt, Don Charles spent hours looking at Usyk. How'd it help him? Do you know what I'm saying? So you can look all you want. You need to have your own fundamentals down pat. I'd prefer that. having your own fundamentals down pat, than sitting there, yes, we've worked out the secret knowledge to touch you to the body. It's a bit like, I think Ben Davison, though, he goes a bit too far the other way in that respect. Trying to set everyone up for a magic shot. Does that make sense? He's always like, yeah, I've decoded it, and, you know, when he does this, you're going to slip and do that, and that's too far the other way. Somewhere in the middle, where you're reacting to what's going on at the time, rather than looking for set pieces that may or may not appear themselves, or make themselves apparent and right in your face. AJ got away with it, or it worked in the Ngannou fight. Yeah, when he does jabs, you're going to... In the Dubois fight, it wasn't as straightforward, and it's fair to say that Ben Davison's team, they were preparing for Dubois in a similar fashion. Oh, they say you can't counter off the double jab, but I know how to do it. Oops. You see what I mean? That's what... So in that respect, as far as the coaching goes, Ben Davison himself, he might be opening Itauma up for holes, but I think Itauma's much more complete than AJ at this point. Itauma he's not a set piece fighter. Yes, he likes to hop, feint, hop, whoop, and ding the right hand over, but it's not so much. He finds the gap. He doesn't wait for it so much at this level. And Dillian does have, no doubt, he has some holes and whatnot. So I think in this play, we know Dillian's a sucker for a uppercut. We're going to find out. Yeah? Now, it will be said, I've got a video coming later in the week. Moses Itauma, I'm not going to say too much now, because it'll be all day, but Moses Itauma, people talk about him knocking everyone out, but he did fight 2 journeymen. I watched this from Proper's video, but he did fight 2 journeymen, and he couldn't knock them out, and he was hitting them hard. And after about 4 rounds of hitting them hard and not knocking them out, Itauma's both his arms are down by his waist, honestly. Now, he's doing it quite slickly, but he's goosed, ultimately. Yeah, his arms are knackered. Because he's got this is the thing, he got a lot of twitch, yeah. A lot of twitch, and a lot of output as well, if he's got you on a heavy bag session. But he's puffing. After 4 or 5 rounds, his arms down, and he spent a bit of time on the ropes, and he started taking a few back steps and a few deep breaths, and doing the Tyson Fury, put his arms on the ropes, and buying time, essentially. So, yeah, man, this fight's good. Good fight. And we have to give Itauma credit if he pulls it off. We can't backtrack and say, oh, well, listen, if Dillian gets sparked in a few rounds, I'm going to be hating, probably. I'm going to be honest, but still, in principle, we should be giving him credit. Anyway, let's now get to the Ozempic sweepstakes. Yeah, the Ozempic updates from Dillian. We've got some updates here. You can just see him on this one here, look. Now, in our videos before on this topic of Dillian's Ozempic journey, we've kind of lent more towards, oh, he's going to be light. Look at his legs. His legs look diddy, don't they? He almost looks out of... He almost looks a bit, I don't know. I mean, this is what happened, mate. It's sucking the goodness out of him. But like I was saying, even his forearms as well. Let's have a look if we can get a good frame that's not bugging. But he used to have them kind of sausage forearms. Now he's got more of the stage 4 type forearms and the little, you know what I mean? So this is the problem with the Ozempic, potentially. I've lent more towards, oh, he's going to be lean, he's going to be light. But it can go the other way. And you're lean and light, alright, but you're low energy. Now, obviously, he's fit and he must be sparring and boxing, so he can't be that low energy. But that is the risk. When you get a few rounds, well, not a few rounds, but deeper into the fight, the fact you're much skinnier. But listen, we can't complain all the different ways, can we? If he came in 300 pounds, I'll be complaining. So I'd rather, let's see how the Ozempic goes. This could be a good base test for us. Because everyone, Dave Allen, get on it, Bacoli, get on it, man. And dry out if it goes well. Even if he doesn't necessarily win, just the fact that he's performed well will do. Anyway, we've got another one here as well. You can see some of the facial structures from... Here we go. This is a good angle here. This is a good angle. You see it there? You've never seen Dillian Whyte's face like this before. This is the too light and the dark fit from Duchesne. Look at that there, look. Good for him, he's in shape. See, Dillian had come on, man, he had a big Malteser head, man. Yeah, it's called a space, but yeah, big put pie head he was usually rocking. But you can see the side profile, and he's leaned out. Proper leaned out. Michael Jackson Thriller fit. Yeah? I'm getting intrigued now. It'd be funny if we do all this speculating about Ozempic and he gets on the scales and he's bosh 260. I'm never gonna comment again about all this speculating about being in shape, but I'll be very sure. I think he's 240, if I'm honest. You can't really tell about his body though. We're gonna have to wait until maybe the open workout. He'll have his shirt off, pause. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. That's for real. Excited for this one. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, people. Smash the like button, subscribe, like the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one, people. Stop it. Bosh.